Only if they start singing the Beastie Boys every time you look at her potential in the army camp. I am actually curious as to what that potential is. So you should please check it next time you get a chance.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
After I check your mom.
I mean, you can, but she's a pile of ashes somewhere in Minnesota, so there's not going to be much to look at. Oh shit. Buff Cookie, this is the internet. Yes and yes, respectively.
Well, that's why they call it a tank and spank.
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. I need to get better at
my jaw dropped at Tank and Spank. I've got to say, because he plays MMO FF14 for 5,000 hours.
I mean, that's pretty.
Like there's only only one person could have made that better, and we have him right here, and he did it. He actually said that. Like everything about that was perfect. I can't even laugh. It was so fitting.
He's in awe. It's alright. He's in awe.
Alright.
Like everything went perfectly. So apparently, Commander Chester had an argument about people, and that's why
about people.
Had an argument about stuff, about intelligence. And so it's like they won't agree. So now we're doing this.
I look at that stupid ahoge hair that she has, like on her part there, and I can only think of what was that guy's face in Yu-Gi-Oh! Maximilian. Like he has, like it's in the exact same shape as his hair, and it bugs me.
I'll have to take your word for that. I watched exactly 0 episodes of that anime.
Well, I watched the abridged series, which was great.
I heard that one was pretty amazing, and if it was
everything about that is yes. The answer to your question is just yes.
To be fair to you, if it's half as good as DBZ abridged, then it's worth watching. DBZ abridged.
Sorry, what series was it the abridged of? I was distracted.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is what he's referring to.
I brought that one up.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic.
DBZ abridged is still like the canon for me, though. Those guys, like, I love Team 4-Star, and they need to work faster, just because they're like everything they do is great.
I feel like their uploads come out so much slower now because they have to like make sure every time they put a video up they don't get their channel destroyed.
Yeah.
Wait, who got their channel destroyed?
Oh, well, they've got the blessing essentially of everybody to do it, but they still keep getting picked up by like the fucking
auto
robots or whatever. Yeah, basically, and so they keep getting hit with like YouTube copyright claims and shit, and they always have to get it resolved. And they've lost their channel on more than one occasion as a result of it.
I think it's up to like 4 times now, and they've always been in the right every single time. It's not even remotely a conversation. Okay.
That's what she said, literally.
I can tell you a lit.
I was very here, so I came.
Okay. All right. Sure then.
That's what
she was probably just faking it, knowing her.
Yeah, honestly, I really would have appreciated it if like it had faded to black and then there had just been one more text box that simply said platonically. Just so she's like, yes, I'm completely aware of how I sound. I really appreciate how Gloria is in, like, pretty much everybody else's subchapter. You know, I mean, everybody has their own subchapter. They're all the main character there, but Gloria is always, like, a major supporting actor.
Frederica actually also has, like, knows about Maximilian, what he said at the end of VC1.
Uh-huh.
Like, why he was doing all this. That's why we gotta watch the anime, guys, because we'll actually see him rise to power.
Really do
Oh,
not.
fuck you! Seriously, you're like, oh my god, come on, really?
What? Yes?
Why? What is wrong with that?
Didn't we have this conversation once before on stream, no less?
No, because I didn't even get an answer. I was just like, we should do it, and you just kind of dodged it, because you're douche.
Because
he just hit the deck and the request sailed flying over his head.
Yeah.
And after attempts to reload the save state a few times, he still couldn't do it.
This game is already anime enough that it poisons my blood every so often. If we get an actual anime in here, I'm pretty sure that like it would poison my blood more than the alcohol I drank.
Damn it! They cut out the good part.
What good part? Oh. Uh-oh. Wow, the whole...
I don't, like, it's...
whole seizure moment.
It's still happening! I'm glad I'm not epileptic, but I feel bad for anybody who is.
Yeah, that's, why is that happening?
It's gotta be a patch issue, somehow.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a bug with the patch as opposed to, like, something
So let me tell you something about the patch. There's an extra mission, and on this patch version, the ace on that mission does not show up. It's completely bugged, so that's why I've got the regular Japanese version ready to play when I decide to go do that, because that's the only way he'll spawn. So yeah.
Yikes, dude. Sir. I forgot that guy's name was Crow. That's incredibly appropriate, actually.
Oh dear.
Hell? This is getting weird.
Even he's like, oh no. Oh no.
I'm glad this is one of those times when the habit of repeating things that are said to you really comes in handy, simply because that text box was bugged and we didn't even get to see the number of the division that we're looking at.
14. No, I was when you see it flicker, I'm doing that.
No, but he means like we often will get a text box that's like the second half of the sentence turn up.
Oh,
it's not
right. Yeah, that keeps happening.
Like
yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
As if you couldn't tell, I'm still a little bit peeved about that big bug that landed on my hand. Look, I hold grudges massively.
I can't have figured that one out without you telling me.
I also hold massive things in general. Oh.
Well, you wouldn't like my
scar running down the side of Ramsey's neck's pretty big.
Yeah.
Redonk. Where do you get a skull?
Redonk. Oh my.
These materials will win everything.
Are they on a boat, or is this supposed to be a train?
This is Kurt's living quarters.
Are they on a boat, or is this supposed to be a train?
It's the big truck they drive around. It's their base.
Isn't there a train? Yeah, isn't there like a big old... Okay. We got a big old truck train thing?
Okay, so, got it. That makes sense.
I don't think Ramsey has met Imka. I really don't think he understands what's going on here.
Ramsey's met Imka. He's the guy who's holding...
No, that's not what I'm getting at. No. I'm talking about open fire, hello? The thing that blows everybody up, yeah?
Well, you know, it's like, you could try to be doing this before you've unlocked that, couldn't you? Like a silly person.
No, because Frederica joins in Chapter 9, and you get that at Chapter 6.
Oh. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah! I'm right.
Well, I mean, if anybody is supposed to keep their minutiae straight, it should be you. Because we're sure not getting paid enough to do it.
They ride around, well, you know, these guys have got a mobile base. Because they gotta go travel around and get into fights and stuff. They don't operate out of a single base.
Oh my god, there's so many mans here.
Because they don't exist.
Oh, I have to kill everybody. Well, this is and they give me 3 points to do exactly that thing I was talking about. Hell yeah.
They have to be fairly self-sufficient.
Right.
So they yeah.
Mobility is a thing.
I like how she throws it in the air and just catches it. Style points.
just never getting tired of.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think
it's time for everybody to die with all the anime swirlies around.
Somebody got hit by the somebody hit a sandbag. That's why that scout's still alive. Sadly.
I mean, he's one of like 8 dudes that managed to weather that. So I'm
like,
not.
And then geometry protected 2 Lancer douchebags, fuckers. Let me drive my big ass truck up there and deal with it.
that is the greatest headcanon now. What they actually drive around is just a massive Winnebago.
What is up, my man? Let me just park my car.
That's the thing I'm never gonna get tired of. Loon just running dudes over. Whatever.
Look at that dick ass.
I'm gonna take out this tank, Worf.
Look at this dick ass mine right there. Just look at that.
Right in the middle of
Fuck City.
A narrow entrance. I mean, that kind of seems like where you would reasonably put a mine.
Yeah, but it's such a dick move.
Yeah. Try to catch a guy off guard.
Well then, give me a wheelchair and call me Mara, because that's what I do.
Oh, you know that open fire thing? I'm doing it again.
Cleared out 1 map. We've got 2 others. Might as well do it again. Right?
Oh well, I have to kill everybody, so yeah. It's completely unnecessary because those are APCs, which have no armor whatsoever. In complete defiance of actually being called an APC, of course.
Well, yeah, no armor does sort of make the whole armored personnel carrier portion a little bit weird. I would agree with you on that.
Maybe they meant like it's like in mistranslation. It's actually amore. So it's like when the moon hits your eyes, like a big pizza
pie. That's amore. I don't know the rest of that song. I should probably learn that one so I can sing it.
I don't know.
I
know a line that's like when you're looking at me, but I'm looking at you and you're looking at me. That's amore. But I don't know if that's actually in the song or something like my dad made up.
Hey, what's up, my guy?
True strength. Here she goes. Get fucked.
Wow, that dude just hanging out in the middle of the grass. Why not? Who cares?
His ass is grass, and we're the grass, man.
You can't say something like that without me immediately thinking of the fucking grass pad commercials around here.
I've never seen them. They're obviously only in your state, but I've never seen them.
Yeah, well, I mentioned them on another stream, but like their entire tagline is "Come on down to the grass pad. The grass pad's high on grass."
Yes, I do recall you mentioning this once before. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
but you know, any old excuse to get you to sing the song again.
I die of contact embarrassment every time I see one of those fucking commercials.
This could not work.
Layla loves her job.
Well, it worked. I have 24 bullets in that gun.
I was a little bit surprised you didn't just start shifting back and forth to cause the
Well,
officer
I'm not.
She'll
get killed. She doesn't have that kind of defense.
Yeah, you can do that with the tank, but not with the human body.
Yeah. I mean, there is an accessory that raises there is an accessory that raises defense on all sides by 20, which will go on Imka, of course, because she absolutely needs that shit. But yeah, then she could do it. Oh, by the way, she has a big ass weapon that swings in an arc. I think this guy is kind of in fuck city right here.
Yeah, no, he didn't do so good.
I think those are the last guys. If not, it's time for area recon. Oh, you know what time it is? Yeah.
Area recon time? Well, I mean, we stumbled across multiple dudes just hiding in the grass.
Area recon.
I didn't even save for that. I was so confident I knew exactly where he was somehow.
He's just hiding out over there.
We've seriously seen that status effect kana for like 18 years now, and I still have no idea what it's attempting to say.
Who? What?
The one where, like, shortly after you cited that last guy's area recon, you saw the Tan thing show up. It's the kana for Ta, and then a dash to.
Is it like look like he's firing in some direction or something?
It kind of looks like.
Because there's those effects on the map where it makes it look like they're doing something, but they're really not.
Yeah, and I just have no idea what that one is trying to communicate. It just says Tan, 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 and I'm like, are you what? What are you talking about?
The poor assault marines jumped in onto the mines during the cutscene. Did that actually happen in Dawn of War? Because that sounds pretty funny.
That does sound like something I do. I don't remember it, but you know, I obviously don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, so I'm inclined.
He might be referencing Dawn of War 2 because he's bringing up a Carnifex.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the sequence in Chaos Rising when Diomedes.
Diomedes.
Like,
This is Captain Diomedes.
No, it's you have Captain Diomedes. I've learned a little bit about you.
So I'm gonna assume, like if I'm remembering correctly, Frederica is like one of the best spies that like the Galleon can make use of.
But you know what her
quirk
quirk is?
She's in the Nameless is.
She's afraid of ghosts, so that's why she always wants to sleep with somebody.
Oh. But the reason why she's with the Nameless is mostly to protect her. Yeah, to hide in a location because like her current identity is in danger.
She sells to the highest bidder. That's her thing.
Yeah, she seemed to be in the entire archetype of Matahari, which, you know, okay, fine, I can go with that, but the whole afraid of ghosts thing is just makes me laugh.
It is kind of funny just about the idea she's always like making jokes about sleeping with people, and it's like I wanna like I'm scared of ghosts.
What she needs is the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, so
thanks, Gloria. Always a word of wisdom. On Book Thief, she has everybody. She's well
Women are
informed.
really scary.
That was Gloria. Well, she would know. She would absolutely know.
Well informed. The hell is that supposed to do?
The funniest thing that for my mind that happened in the Dawn of War Dawn of War 2 Let's Play was when I boosted
One
Thaddeus
who loves the battle.
to do when basically Thaddeus did his little hop jump attack towards the Carnifex, and he and his assault marines exploded off it because it was doing a charge attack.
Oh, so they died instantly?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically they hit it and detonated. That was pretty good.
Was Thaddeus under Robokai's control?
Yes.
Yeah,
the only thing that even comes close is like fucking Slippery Feet, the Chaos Lord, who's his name.
Yeah,
his name eludes me.
It was like Abaddon the
spoiler.
Not Abaddon.
It was Abaddon's
Eliphas. Eliphas's.
No, it wasn't
Chaos
Eliphas.
Lord.
It wasn't.
Eliphas.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Eliphas some gas.
But basically the one who basically dropped like 1,000,000 SAS bombs. There we go, Aragas the Pillager.
Sindri.
Thank you.
SAS bombs,
Criminy.
voiced by Megatron's voice actor, if I remember correctly, from the War for Cybertron games.
Good old Freddy Tatascar.
Yeah, it basically just was the best.
Tatasciore.
Yeah, I can't say his name properly, so I don't even try. My apologies to Fred if he ever sees any of my
he won't.
Any of my work. I respect everything you do. What was I thinking? My favorite moment is probably the one time I set a remote bomb right in front of like an entire press of chaos cultists that was coming towards us. And it was supposed to be like this huge battle where they just like inundate you with cultists, and then there's a couple of havocs and other things like sniping at you. and I just had them walk over the remote mine and demolished all of them in one glorious blow. Beautiful red mist. Yep.
See the thing there that's sort of leftish behind Kurt. That's our transport truck.
That's the Winnebago.
That's our office.
No, Winnebago's F-15.
Either that or the Winnebago.
Wait, what, Robokai?
I'm just laughing at Serge. It's just like, hey, dude, maybe you just want to rest for a moment. He's like, no, I want to get really fucking mad and die.
You know, his name looks good on paper, but when you actually have to pronounce it, there's no good way to do it. It's supposed to be like Serge, but like I can't, like, even Serge, I don't know. Serge is, I guess, is supposed to be it, but it's like everybody was laughing at Serge. That's why.
Everything badly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Sergey. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
It'd have to be EI at the end of it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be EI.
I like calling him Serge because he doesn't surge. He coughs. He's slowly falling apart.
This is unacceptable.
Yes.
Why did you practice how to fire a gun?
Well, maybe because it's my nationality. Maybe because I'm in the military and I might have to shoot somebody who's shooting at me. They know how to fire a gun. I don't want to be caught undefended, so I need to know how to shoot a gun back. Just a thought! We're getting into some Metal Gear Surge stuff here.
Metal Gear Surge. That does kind of sound like the name of something that Kojima would come up with.
I'm just getting some old Snake flashbacks with how much this guy's looking to die.
I liked the bumbling Predator sequence. Where Google's like, can we just reset? No.
Wait,
what? Reversing.
Wait, what's this?
The finale of
Predator.
Chaos Rising.
Is that big car?
2 Predator tanks, and Kogai exploded his. And it took like 100 years for us to do it, so there's like a billion jump cuts.
Not just that.
Why didn't you just restart?
Well, because reasons, and that's why.
Because I said no.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what would you have done if you lost your car?
Well, then we would have started again.
Then we started. We weren't completely dead yet. I mean, in hindsight, I respect what he was doing.
It's funny when things go wrong.
And that mission went wrong in so many ways, because even after that, when we finally got to the final boss, the Great Unclean One, we got him down to like, what was it, like 15%, dude, and then he just like randomly got all of his health back, and we had to chip him down from scratch all over again.
Yep.
That was insane.
So if you missed it, Serge was a great he started as an engineer, but when he realized he was going to die, he decided, you know what, I'm good at shooting, I'm going to be a sniper, and I'm going to like kick all sorts of ass, and that's how I'm going to like do all the cool stuff. And he's just run off alone to be a sniper. You know what though, yeah. Like if you have like the ability to just like effortlessly shoot like many people in the head, I don't think anybody's going to be charging at you. Like, they'll probably try to find a way around it, but that's going to be so inefficient when you're, like, got your teammates on the side flanking them.
Flank that guy!
It's not going to work because we're on all sides, too.
Also, Jay Saru, you're slightly confused. Many Bothans died getting the plans of the second Death Star. The first Death Star's plans were never actually completed.
I'm sorry, did you just say many Bogans died?
Bothans.
I know you said Bothans, but you said it like it's so.
Can we get like a Rogue 2 movie about like getting the plans for the second Death Star, but it's all Bogans.
I mean, that would
get the plans to the Bogans.
Upgrade to the canon.
The Bogans have to get the plan. Someone has to get the Bogans the plans, and then they do the mission.
Yeah, they're you know, I just imagine it.
Oh, this hill's bullshit.
Like,
I hate this crap.
Big winged cans of VB flying through space, and they can call them tinny fighters.
You say VB, but I heard VD. That was even better.
VB. Victoria Business.
Seriously, I gotta go to. got to go to Australia sometimes just to get Victoria bitter. You can't get it here stateside out of my knowledge. I just want to experience.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want to wash your mouth out with garbage, go for it.
Well, I mean,
you see, like the most notable thing about Victoria Bitter is that it just has probably one of the best like advertising slogans that like lasted for such a long time. And it was basically just a bunch of sequences of like people doing stuff out in, working hard, and like it's like you can get it working. You can get it like fishing. You can get it pulling a tree, and it's just like all these like shots of like dudes and women out like doing like stuff. And he goes, what was that? A big hard thirst needs a
big
extra
hard
cold beer.
Yeah.
And the best cold beer is Victoria Bitter. And it's just like all those people then drinking the beer. It was like pretty much like the perfect beer advertising campaign. I don't even know. Like I barely watch television like with like that has ads anymore, so I couldn't even tell you if they still do it or not. But yeah. I see you there in the grass, asshole. Get the fuck out.
That's sort of how it goes with like all of the various light lagers in America. Like I've checked in Bud Light, Coors Light, all of those fucking things on Untapped as well. They're all like half a star because they're fucking terrible beers. But they're worth putting in there just so you really understand what a truly good beer is. Particularly Coors Light. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with, like, the legend of Coors Light over there in Australia, Robokai.
Well,
but Coors Light, in particular, is, like, implicitly the lowest brow beer you can possibly come up with.
it's also the
like,
most redneck beer you can come up with? Or is that Keystone?
This is a beer that, instead of trying to make their beer better or increase distribution or do any of this stuff, their big innovation for the year of, I believe it was 2015, was an easy grip can, because apparently their drinkers kept dropping the fucking cans.
That's when you know the people that like buy your product are idiots. Because in Australia, like when you're drinking stuff out of a can, we've got these foam things you can put them in, and it helps like keep the condensation. Like it's so they're basically made out of almost pretty much the same material diving suits are made out of. And so like it just it keeps your beer cool, and at the same time, it makes it really easy to hold the can. That was the solution we came up with in Australia, is like a reusable holder, like for cans.
Oh, you're also saying, by the way, that hey, it'll keep your beer cold. You want to know the other great thing that Coors Light came out with just about a year and a half, 2 years ago? It's a can that the mountains on it, they turn blue when the beer is cold, in case you can't tell if the beer is cold. It's just so incredibly dumb.
I am really worried about, like,
America?
everything about that, like,
just
Coors Light. Like, I don't know if they're that disrespectful of the intelligence of their consumer base, or if their consumer base is literally that dumb.
Call them A, call them B, man.
My God.
It's so incredibly hilarious. Like, the thing is,
yeah,
is that
decal change stuff is like 100% cool, but at the same time, it's like
this was something that they felt they needed on their beer, though. I mean, this was something that they spent multiple millions advertising on TV, radio, and billboards.
Yeah. That's when you get worried.
I mean, if you just want to do it and you just be like, hey, look at this cool thing we did. That's one thing. If it's honestly a problem that your drinking base cannot tell if their beer is cold or not. If the Rocky Mountains don't turn blue.
You see, you can say a lot of things about the kind of person who would drink Victoria Bitter, and that is to say someone who basically just like drinks a cheap beer. But at the very least, I don't think that's ever happened, and I don't think that will ever happen. So that's kind of like heartwarming to me.
And it doesn't happen with any of the other like crappy light beers either. Bud Light doesn't do this. None of the Michelob stuff does this. Michelob Ultra is actually not a bad beer. It's just Coors Light. It's just Coors Light that scrapes the absolute bottom of a barrel you didn't know had a bottom.
Spite.
That is some absolutely terrible. You just. One person left every time. I'm just gonna like unload.
Yeah, no, that's some tasty
music.
Spite.
Serge. Serge.
Oh man.
All those people, those hamburgers.
Would let me die.
He just wants to fucking die. Jesus, people, let him fucking die.
Oh.
He's already dead on the inside.
Yeah, seriously. Everyone else is like, I can't believe you did this. He's like, seriously?
He just got punched. No, it's not that. I just, like, literally want to die. And
Voice acting.
Kurt's just like, no, you're a slave.
Kurt's like, you don't get to fucking quit just because you're dying. You stay here.
You're in the shit with the rest of us until you get out of it. And you don't get to say that. I do. So he probably just has cancer.
All that time as a kid, like, just like crushing up Ragnar and huffing it. It's finally, it's like, dude, what have you done? Your lungs are glowing.
I really it's now my canon that Serge got sick because he was literally doing lines of crushed rag.
Talking over something that's legit, you know, tender and nice.
Sure, whatever.
Look, I have seen enough. I'm dying. I've seen enough cliche of this character. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean the sickly guy is not exactly an uncommon.
Well, he's not Shin, so.
Shin. Which Shin are we talking about here? Because when you say Shin, I think of
the Japanese stereotype guy. If Cool Guy cares, he could tell you more about that. More than I caught you up with.
Yeah, no, I honestly don't care. Because, well, actually, sorry, Shin's arc was completely uninspiring, but I have to give the game credit because it anticipated all of the things that I was complaining about by a nice margin. Like Shin's entire thing was, I must follow my orders and do my duty, and he was just, so he kept disobeying Kurt's orders. Because, you know, he's not the monarchy. And finally Kurt just sort of gave him a dragon kick and said, do you understand what the fucking concept of a military hierarchy is? I'm the representative of the monarchy right here, so you need to fucking listen to me. And he was just like, oh, that makes sense. And of course I'm bitching about this because it's basic military organization. About 15 seconds before Kurt says it.
That's Valerie. Oh, that's Riella. Zahar, obviously. Mightier than this. Ah, that's Julia. Okay, take a second. Lady Untouchable, I think that's Marge. Yeah, here we go. That's got to be Margit. I want to get this one done because her perk that. Oh no, it's just. Oh, what's just. Dude, you're cutting out. Stop it.
Well, that's Skype's fault.
Okay,
well,
so we're doing the arsonist mission, and then yeah, I want to do Margit's one next because her perk, the one that she gets, replaces Panicky, which lowers like everything when she's getting intercepted. It's like Lancers need to run into bullets, and so that's terrible. It needs to get done real quick. So yeah.
Yeah, gotta fix that.
She also has a good arc.
Also, Book Thief corrected me. Serge was actually the one that pointed out that Shin was an idiot, not Kurt.
Amy always here with the good words.
Yeah.
The point is, people called him out on being a colossal moron.
And dickhead.
Yeah.
in precisely the way that I was calling him out, pretty much at the same time. So I appreciated it.
Good old stubborn-headed ding-dongs charging it first in the battle.
So I want to point out that Gisele is actually older than Kurt is. She's 24.
Yeah,
she's been in prison for a long time.
He hasn't spent most of his life in a box like she has.
Yeah.
Because yes, hi, a silent person.
We'll have you weeping tears of joy.
He's very confident in his cooking.
She's like, can I weep tears of fire instead?
I just led us to make some RimWorld jokes here, cool guy, because like these fucking artists, you just randomly start attacking the walls and setting everything on fire every time.
I mean, everybody flips their crap about that in RimWorld. I honestly don't consider it that big of a problem.
It's not a problem, no, but it's still like, stop fucking doing that, and it lasts so long.
It is annoying.
And
it's
when you
more annoying than it is truly dangerous.
Well, if you
Fuck you, Wall!
If you arrest them, like, then you lose them as a like, or is it like if you capture them, whichever. It's like you have to like give up on if you decide to, if that's the way you want to stop it, and it just like screws you over even more. So
the mechanics are a little bit strange. You can arrest them.
It just pisses them off so much, though. Like it's not even worth doing.
Typically, what happens is you throw them in prison or whatever, and then you can send your warden along to release them. And since they originally belong to your faction, they'll simply rejoin, as opposed to needing to re-recruit them. The thing is that usually, like 9 times out of 10, when you go to arrest somebody, they fight back.
And that too.
Yeah, and if they fight back, then you have injuries on your hands, and injuries are a gigantic problem in RimWorld, because this isn't a situation where you can just throw some frickin' Neosporin on it and it's fine. Anything can get infected.
Has anyone tried to do a challenge where you play RimWorld with a party made up entirely of pyros?
That actually is something that's happened in the Something Awful thread, and that was more well, I mean,
what'd you say? What was it like? You cut out again.
Well, it more or less proved my point that it's annoying, but it's not truly terminal. The biggest problem is that if you don't get your first recruit before somebody goes on a fire starting spree, then you're fucked.
Because no one will put it out.
Nobody will put out the fires.
Well, hold on, wait. What happens if that new recruit also doesn't want to put out fires? You might be an arsonist.
I mean, basically, you need somebody who's willing to put out fires. If you got somebody who's willing to put out fires, it's not a big deal.
Oh, dear.
Hey. Okay, Gisele.
Literal translation without the H's there.
Book Thief, you can do that by simply using the scenario editor.
Prepare carefully.
She's talking to the bonfire. Yes, by the way, fire isn't just something she likes to light. Fire is her friend.
Fire, talk to me. Fire, walk with me.
The walls, they whisper to me. They promise I will be king, a leader of men, and a general of armies. And I will burn you alive.
As I'm protecting a bunch of people who do horrible things.
Also, yeah, Book Thief, you can mod the RimWorld, what is it called? Scenario editor to have everything.
I just looked at Jay, sorry, he's like, my old comment without context sounds horrible. People probably made challenge runs of crippled old people, too.
Not in this Something Awful thread, but I'm certain it's happened.
Well, wait, does he post on there or what? Like, I'm just going off the chat comment here.
I don't know if Jay Sorrow is signed up on Something Awful or not. I presume not. It doesn't really matter.
No.
Frickin' Ignis, man, that is one of the only party characters I've ever had that I murdered the hell out of and felt no remorse for afterward.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
How could
Occupy base camp. Okay, this should be small. Okay.
It's just like I can't even remember what led up to it, but he kicked off and attacked me and was like throwing all of his shit around at me, and I just had Dakon go down his throat. About 15 seconds later, he was ashes on the floor, and I'm just like,
oh, hang on,
done. Never dealing with that.
Oh, these
again.
are all elites. Damn, you guys are assholes.
Yeah.
That kind of seems like open fire territory right there.
I don't know what's in the middle area though, which is where I need to be. Gunner, scout, sniper. Ooh, I could probably just push up right here.
It's really not required unless you want something else from it. Like the
Elias.
I'll be honest. The primary reason I got a Something Awful account in the first place was because I wanted to post on their Let's Play forums. That was back, when those forums were a little bit more relevant.
Had to breathe in on that one.
You have opinions about this, don't you, Loon?
No, not you.
I know that. I waited to see what pissed you off.
I think you know. I think you know.
Evade! And I was like, yep. I know what that's about.
My brain interpreted that as eat me.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Okay, so I heard it right. Excellent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. This might be a good thing to show off something. Let me see if this happens. Okay, so the issue with heavy tanks is they, unless you have all these DLC weapons or these extra weapons that normally you wouldn't even be able to play the missions for, heavy tanks are constantly outweighing the damage you can do even to the radiator. So, you'll always have to spend 2 points on Lancers, making them, even when you have the best Lancer for the best missions, you can't one-shot them, even with a radiator shot. No, in fact, the best weapon to do that with is an anti-tank sniper rifle that fires 3 bullets in a row. Yeah, I need that shit right there.
Sure, why not? I can deal with I can get down with that.
Don't worry, we have Imka. I don't really know where I'm going though, so...
Imka's here to explode the world.
With her Baru.
Kabonk. That is... Can you imagine just seeing her just run up and just smash a tank?
Well, we saw it in the opening where she kind of just runs around super fast with it, slashing people.
Yeah, they clearly wanted you to turn her into a fencer the first opportunity you got.
I don't see why anybody would do anything different. I mean, she looks incredibly badass doing this.
Oh, I won.
Oh, it's a trooper elite. No wonder he survived that.
It hit the sandbag in front of him and absorbed most of the damage. Has to hit them directly if you want to kill them.
Deet, quit mixing your metaphors.
What'd he say?
You just look like an idiot. He said that they ran faster than rabbits and fell like a house of cards. Mixing metaphors like that just makes you look like a jerk.
Just put them in the blender, it's fine. Just drink it down.
Oh.
Yeah, Cookie, you and I still need to play that thing at some point. I need to see the glory that is that.
So she's able to identify that she's already able to identify through her general insanity and love of fire and gunpowder that the enemy was going to set fire to them.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, no, I can tell that they're flowers because they're setting them on fire.
They put some bombs on the board.
Don't tell me they were going to do exactly what I thought they were going to do.
I can't believe these guys would be so scummy.
That voice you do.
Only one person in this scene is insane. Can you spot the insane person?
Hint, it's the person with no pupils right now. I realize that, yes, she technically has them, but they're basically rolled into the back of her head.
Why would we want to put out fire?
Yeah, why put out this thing that kills you? Destroys everything it touches. Uncontained, anyway. Fire is like humanity's greatest metaphor.
It's like, I was like, hey, I order you to put the fire out. Okay. He's very obedient for a crazy person.
I took away their food. What are you talking about, Gisele?
They apparently laid something like on the or under the ground that was able to like carry the fire. Or something, I don't know. I forgot what it was.
Oh, she apparently has a fire extinguisher strapped to her ass or something like that.
Well, yeah, well, if you're somebody who always causes like fires and gets in trouble for it, then you're gonna want to be able to put them out quickly.
I mean, seems reasonable enough to me.
It's crazy person logic, you've got to remember. it's always crazy person logic.
I mean, how crazy is it really? If you're reasonably going to say, hey, fire is going to be a thing around me because I have a psychopathic attraction to it, I should probably keep something around to make sure I don't die. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, but, you know, like once you get to the point, like where you're saying, because I can't.